Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Saturday the 26th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning fairly early. Wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great, so had to get up early so I could meet somebody dropping their dog off to me, and got up and around. They usually tend to drop off fairly early in the morning, which is fine, but it is kind of a little bit sucks on a Saturday. So I got up, got the dogs out. We had all that figured out, went well, and they dropped off the little dog. The little dog's name is Zoe, and it's hilarious. I didn't realize until Zoe actually got there how much Zoe looks like Eddie. I've had Eddie for like 5-6 days now. I can't remember how long it's been, but I've had Zoe for a while, and Zoe goes home today, Eddie goes home today. And I told Zoe's owners when I got there and went outside and talked to him with picking up, grabbing the leash from Zoe and that. I said, hey, just so you know, I'm gonna give your dog to somebody else today. He looked at me weird, and I said, I have the spitting image. Dog looks so much like Zoe that I think I can pull this off. I'm gonna give your dog to them. They think they're picking up Eddie. They're gonna pick up Zoe, which Eddie's a boy, Zoe's a girl, and this ought to be interesting. And he's like, oh, this would be great. So I'm like, I'm not gonna let him leave with him, but I'm gonna see if we can get it in the car at least. And he laughed. He's like, yeah, it might work. And then he has his brother-in-law picking up Zoe, which if Eddie was here, I almost guarantee I could get Eddie into his car, because he's not familiar with, he knows Zoe, but not that much. Unfortunately, it wasn't going to be around then. So I was like, hey, cool, whatever. So I got there and introduced Zoe to the other dogs. And Zoe and Eddie never met yet, but Zoe had met Bistro and stuff, so they all got along. And Zoe, every time she gets here, she has to get yelled at least once to stop acting like a turd to new dogs, no matter what it is. I don't care what dogs I have here. At some point, within the first probably 10-15 minutes, she'll get really ornery and she'll get a little bit aggressive, and then she'll get out of hand. So she'll get one good yelling, and then she'll calm down, and then she'll be 100% fine again the rest of the time. Like, I don't care if she's here for a week, she'll be fine the rest of the time. But she has to get yelled at least once for being inappropriate. So she also doesn't do well with multiple dogs. She plays splendidly well with one dog, and she'll tolerate like a second dog out there playing with her. But if we have like a pack of dogs, she'll just lay in the chair next to me or underneath my chair kind of thing. She don't want to be around a group of dogs. But she was attacked at a dog park a couple years ago, beginning of COVID, and just really messed her up. And she's done that since. So, but yeah, everything went good. I guess she got a little yelling at, so she got in trouble. And then after that, she was 100% fine again. So everything was good to go. So we hung out and basically chilled out for the day. They were supposed to pick up Eddie a little earlier, and it turned out to be later than what it was. And they finally got off the cruise ship and then got here. And Zoe's owner actually reached out like, hey, did you give them back the dog? And I'm like, not yet. They got hung up. They're a little behind, so they're on their way, but they're not here yet. So he was looking forward to see how that turned out and how it went. So I went ahead and I was like, oh, cool, no big deal. They finally came to pick up Eddie, and I had the dogs outside, so it was all good to go. I come walking out with Zoe on the leash, and their leash was really frail and about tore up, but I didn't trust it with their dog. So I went ahead and basically took Zoe out on a different leash. His girlfriend and him, they put the dog, they're putting the crate in the car and stuff, and Zoe just instantly trying to get in the car. Zoe's like excited to see people because Zoe loves people. She's a great dog. And they were just like, nope, I'm seeing people. And she didn't care a bit about it. It was so funny. So I went ahead and they literally had the dog in the car. And we were talking for a while. And they went to unhook the leash to give me back my leash. And I'm like, no, hold on, don't unhook that yet. And he goes, what? I'm like, do you want your dog? And he goes, what do you mean? I said, that's not your dog. He goes, the hell, it's not my dog. He came over to her stuff and he's like petting her. He's like, no, this is my dog. I said, that's a girl dog. That's Zoe. Your dog's inside. And he goes, no way. So I was like, come on, I'll show you. So we brought him inside, and I brought all the dogs in the house, and the dogs were all jumping around and playing and stuff. He goes, oh my God, I can't believe how close they are. And it's like they were literally spitting into each other, except for the one has a little more white on its foot. They all have a little bit of white on their feet, but one foot is like half a foot of white instead of like just the toes in white. And he was like, oh my God, I can't believe that. He goes, I must still be drunk from the cruise, but 100% could have got away with it. How's it going? 100% could have got away with sending that dog home with him, but a lot of times Eddie doesn't have to stay on a leash with them, and I didn't trust, you know, them letting Zoe off, and Zoe not really knowing them, not going back to them kind of thing, so I couldn't take that chance. So had a good laugh, reached out to the owner of Zoe, told him it was splendid. They literally had their dog in their car, and he was like, oh, that's great. So we all had a really good laugh with that. It was all good. And then I hung out with just Zoe and Bistro at the house for a while, and we hung around the rest of the day. And then I went and got my run in, got back from my run, went ahead and had some leftovers for dinner. Everything was all chill. From there, ended up having another dog got dropped off. Cosmo got dropped off to me, and it all worked out well. Cosmo wasn't supposed to be here until tomorrow, but something came up. How's it going? Something came up in their day and they wanted to drop the dog off. I was able to accommodate that for him, so it worked out well. So we got the dog dropped off, so it's all good there. So we're all happy and good lucky. And Cosmo and Bistro and everybody got along good. And then Zoe went home with the brother-in-law, so that went fine. I told him about what happened, and as we were loading them up, waiting for him to leave, Cosmo got dropped off. So Zoe and Cosmo didn't interact at all, but Bistro and Cosmo started playing and wrestling, having a great time. So we hung outside for a while. Now I'm keeping them completely away from my wife because Cosmo especially is just like a Muppet. Holy crap, man, that dog just bounces. It's like a tiger with 4 legs and just, it's crazy, man. He like just never walks. I see him sprint, I see him sleep, and I see him bounce. That's all he does. I never see that dog walk anywhere. So, but yeah, I went ahead and been keeping that away from my wife so I don't jump on her leg or knock her down kind of thing. So whenever she's moving, they go outside. And for the most part, they've been kept out of the room where she's been basically keeping herself held up, I guess lack of a better term, keeping herself trapped to be able to stay away from them to keep her leg injury, less likely to be injured farther kind of thing. So, but yeah, went ahead, got that done. That was fun. And then hung out there in the evening. I did go out and clean the pool because we got a bunch of leaves. So I did the good thing and a bad thing. I put my pool underneath a tree, so I got all the shade so my wife won't get sunburnt when she used it, but she's not using it right now because her leg won't be able to use it for like 8 weeks. So she hasn't been able to use it for 2 weeks because she couldn't get up and down the ladder to get in the damn thing. So that wasn't gonna work, but it doesn't get real hot, which I love. So my water's not overheating all the time. Like everybody else complaining with their water's like 98 degrees. One of the people have been posting down here in Florida, their pool's 100 degrees. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. I couldn't do that. So, but I'm getting tons of leaves in it. So I did buy a carport I'm gonna put together. I'm gonna leave it set up for the roofing guys next week so they can basically have some shade. And as soon as that roof's done, I'll move the carport over top of the pool, and I'll keep all my leaves off that way. So we'll see what happens with that. And they dropped my dumpster off yesterday. I don't think I told you guys that, but they dropped my dump trailer off yesterday to put all my old roof into, so we have the trash tear off so they can put the new roof on. Supposedly Monday they're supposed to have it dried in. They'll call an inspector out, inspector will come inspect it, and then Tuesday they'll finish the project. So that's the plan. We'll see if it works or not. So, but yeah, ended up having myself a nice little cigar, hung out in the evening, and then headed to bed trying to figure out who was gonna go where. And the plan was actually put Cosmo in the bedroom with me because I don't trust Cosmo and Bistro to get to playing too rough in the middle of the night, knocking stuff over when I'm not there to watch them. So I was gonna put Cosmo in there, but Cosmo decided that he wanted the hoof and wanted to lay underneath the pinball machine on that memory foam mattress I have set up over there. So that's where I left Cosmo. So Bistro came to the bedroom with us, and Bistro is really good. He don't jump on the bed or anything. So I'm worried about him hurting my wife in the middle of the night. So, but yeah, went ahead, everything was good and all was well. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.